Good morning from a wet, damp, overcast day in Britain, which most people don't believe that solar works here. I'm doing this video in hope to attract as many individual investors as possible, having spent 18 years of my life designing, developing solar water heating, solar lighting, many products that would benefit our country and our world if we could just adapt to alternative energy. The sun is free, the wind's free, the rain's free, as we know from flooding in Pakistan and other countries, China, and also in Africa. But for me, this is a commitment I've actually spent most of my life wanting to be involved in. And sadly, this recession in the UK and also in America, where my partner's also struggling, has really affected us. And one of my businesses I spent 12 years building was unfortunately ending up in administration last April. After 12 years of building it, we had some fantastic products. We established $1.2 million worth of business, 8 skilled people, and the bank unfortunately decided that we were a credit risk and speculative after 9 years of loyalty. Anyway, passing by that, okay, I just want to demonstrate to you today that I'm real. This is not a scam. I'm working from my home, which has all got everything in it, from solar PV to solar hot water heating. I've got the world's first waterless radiator. I have my own manufacturing facility in China for my vacuum tube collector, which this is my second design. The first one is a brand called Apricus that I co-developed and co-designed with Michael Humphreys. And then you have something like a PV panel that does electricity, but we now have a panel that has the water heating behind the panel, so you have a combined electricity and hot water together rather than sort of having one and the other. And when you combine that with heating and you have a backup with a gas boiler or oil boiler, you have then probably at least 50% of your energy reduced. Even in the UK, where I use this technology in my house right now with a thermal store, 44 tubes, and directly heating the radiators even on an overcast day. Even though we don't get the temperatures that we need in the winter time, certainly not the depth of winter, we do get them okay from February onwards. And it doesn't matter if it's freezing. The beauty about this tube with a heat pipe like this, which goes inside, and that goes in the header, that actually is the part that makes the heat. And I've re-engineered this into a radiator, so I've now got a collector combined with a radiator that actually directly heats the house, okay, through the radiator. And the beauty about this radiator, and there's no other radiator any like it in the world, it only has half a litre per 10 section, which is 1.7 kilowatt output. So with a 2.5 kilowatt output collector multiplied by 2 or 3 times, you have enough collectors on a roof, okay, equal to what you'd have on PV. But PV is less efficient, 16% if you're lucky, where a vacuum tube superheat pipe technology is at least 90% efficient from the point of actually making the energy. And then you have a situation where you take a simple thing like a torch, PV, you have an LED light, and from that, okay, you can get yourself a fantastic light. And these everyone should have, instead of throwing batteries away. And then we have, batteries that we need for storing energy. So why put the energy to the grid? Because when the electricity fails from the grid, there's no power anyway. So you don't have any electricity. All these components, whether you have a plumbing pipe that is flexible stainless steel, which is very easy to do, which can be simply taken and bent. How would you, for plumbing wise, we have all the components, okay, to make the whole system affordable for most houses. In the UK, we can do a system in the UK for hot water only for about £1,000. And that's basically everything that connects the solar to the cylinder. So you don't have to change the cylinder. So we're way ahead of most of the big companies who want to put boxes onto a pallet and shift them out at £3,000 or £4,000 via a merchant. And then we have the latest in light bulbs. This is one I developed many years ago. It replaces the halogen. It uses 7 watts. So why would you want to burn 50 watts when 7 watts will do? G315, okay? Or the latest in LED, which is the technology that will make PV work. Because with this, at 3 watts, you only need a 3-watt panel per bulb. So that's how simple it is. But we need to grasp that ourselves. We need to be able to get this into the market. And that costs money. And as much as I can talk to you and talk to hundreds of people, The banks don't want to pay, don't want to lend money now. You talk to a businessman, okay, it's all about, well, where's the orders, okay? And my manufacturing is in China. I'm trying to now manufacture in America with my partners there, but they're also struggling to get the money. My website is Jayhawk International, jayhawk-int.com, or if you want to communicate with me direct, okay, it's Jayhawk, JAYHAWKINT @btconnect.com. Or you can reach me on overseas 00044, which is UK code, 1202 887388. And in my website, okay, which you can find me on, or you can go through coming to my email, or you can write to me at my address, which is on my website. And we are looking to really attract as many individuals as possible to be a shareholder in my company, which also own shares in my manufacturing side in China, which is with a lovely guy called Mr. Xu and Mr. Wan. I have Kitty who handles things there, and I've been in China 12 years. Prior to that, I was 5 years in Cyprus, where I did all my knowledge and gaining what I have today to explain these things to you. We have a number of people who are very keen to work for us, okay, around the world, from India, China, of course, and my partners are Trendsetter Industries in America. They manufacture a PCM tank, and they're also struggling to get money to bring my collectors into that country. We've already approved the collector for SRCC USA and also for Solar Keymark for Europe and for the UK. And what we need now is investors. And we're not talking about large sums for each one. We're talking about, £1,000 or $1,000, okay? You get shares in the company, so you become part of our operation. We already have 4 shareholders. One is a lovely guy called Rajan Shah, who's an Indian-American guy, and he's in London, which we did his house with solar underfloor heating, everything. And this is really for me to bring together up to about £100,000 to get everything going. And for that, we would pay a 9% interest on the money every quarter. We've done that before in our early days of developing the business to where we are now. And sadly, we've now got to fight this recession and fight the marketplace, which is dominated by the fossil fuel companies drilling for gas and oil everywhere. Even the Arctic now, here, the Greenland now is finding gas and oil, and they're now looking at drilling holes in the UK land. And while the government just talks about, well, we need to be green, but we're a danger to the utilities, we're a danger to the banks, we're a danger to the governments, because we're delivering to you tax-free energy. Tax-free. The rain is free. The wind is free. The sun is free. The sun will be there for millions of years, way past, okay, when I've gone. And I'm sort of 63 now, so I'm happy to mentor young people, which I'm hoping to do. And I'm with a guy this week who's started a small business in sales, but he doesn't have the money to have collectors. So we've already done the investment, $150,000 the last 2 or 3 years in establishing our business in China. So hopefully that you can help me to grow now and make my dream of 18 years of work come to a point where I can actually not dominate things, but certainly get the message out to a wider audience. Okay, thank you.